economic cooperation, investments, innovation, and inclusive growth. It is therefore an honor to be given the opportunity to address this distinguished assembly at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum to convey our vision for a more inclusive, sustainable, and prosperous world. The 2025 theme, Strengthening Multipolarity for Sustainable Development, is not only timely, but central to the moment we find ourselves in. I'd like to assume that you will concur with me that the concept of multipolarity has become increasingly relevant in the current global landscape, which is constantly changing. It calls for cooperation, dialogue, and respect for diversity amongst nations to achieve shared goals. The South African government is certain in its belief that the adoption of multipolarity may result in the achievement of sustainable development and economic prosperity for all nations, regardless of their size. It is laudable that, as I stand here, I can confidently state that South Africa and Russia are committed to a multipolar world order and actively interact in forums such as BRICS and the G20. Our cooperation covers various sectors, including trade, energy, and technology. Our aim should be to deepen bilateral connections and shaping global governance. Russia has long played a strategic role in the global economy, not only as a major energy producer, but also as a key actor in food security, industrial technologies, and science-based innovation. It is one of the largest exporters of grain, oil, and gas. It is also a rising presence in sectors such as space exploration, nuclear energy, particularly for peaceful purposes, artificial intelligence, and advanced manufacturing. Importantly, Russia's increasing orientation towards Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America is reshaping global trade routes and creating new corridors for commercial and developmental cooperation. These reconfigurations are part of a broader trend, the steady emergence of a multipolar global economic architecture. Despite the real challenges posed by geopolitical tensions, sanctions, and fragmentation of financial systems, Russia has demonstrated resilience. It continues to foster deep integration with the Eurasian Economic Union, expand its partnership under the BRICS framework, and strengthen bilateral and multilateral engagement with emerging economies. Our country, South Africa, like many others, has also faced numerous challenges on its path to development. The extent to which individuals feel connected and share a sense of belonging in society has also been a significant challenge, particularly in the light of the country's history of apartheid and persistent socio-economic inequalities. However, with tenacity, drive, and a commitment to diversity, we have achieved enormous strides in reducing poverty, inequality, and creating social cohesion. We recognize that sustainable development is more than simply economic progress. It is also about providing opportunities for all our citizens to prosper and contribute to society. As we look to the future, the importance of the Global South in shaping international economic governance is undeniable. Africa, in particular, is fast becoming a center of global growth. With a population projected to exceed 2.5 billion people by 2050, a rising middle class, and a youthful demographic dividend, the continent has the potential to drive the wave of industrialization, digital transformation, and sustainable development. Africa is not in search of handouts. Rather, it is pursuing equitable partnerships. It seeks equitable access to markets, capital, knowledge, and technology. This is where global platforms like the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum become crucial for us. At the same time, the Global South is increasingly demanding a voice in decisions that shape global trade and finance. The collective call is clear. Development cannot be dictated. It must be co-created. Africa and the Global South are not merely passive recipients of investments or aid. They are active architects of a new, more just international order. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum has evolved over the years from a primarily Russian